According to our projections, so the region developing Asia will grow 6.2% in 2014 and 6.4% in 2015 compared to 6.1% last year. So the growth basically remains steady and will benefit from the improved outlook of the advanced countries. But of course, it will be offset somewhat by China's growth modulation. I want to say that domestic demand will remain strong, and of course, what we are saying is that the region will benefit from improved outlook of advanced countries, but domestic demand in developing Asia will remain strong. China's growth modulation has a number of causal factors. One, of course, is the government is increasingly emphasizing on quality of growth, not just quantity. And as I said, this will have a strong incentives on the local governments, because the local governments play an important role in driving China's growth. At the same time, the government is implementing a number of measures to control credit growth, to deal with issues of shadow banking and the local government debt, as well as reducing overcapacity. So these factors will slow down China's growth in the short term, but make China's growth more sustainable in the medium and the longer term. And obviously, slowdown in China's growth will impact other countries in the region, and especially those with close trading relationships with China. But these countries, other countries will benefit from improved outlook of the advanced countries. But anyway, China's growth, 7.5%, 7.4%, remain healthy and robust, I would say. So basically, our response that we suggest, or we support the inclusive growth in developing Asia. Inclusive growth means growth coupled with equality of opportunities. Basically, we promote equality of opportunities. Through that, reduce income inequality. Now, in terms of policies, we have a number of policy priorities. First, of course, is to support economic growth. Growth leads to job creation. The job creation can help reduce inequality, especially for a wide section of population. So how we support job creation? Basically, we invest in infrastructure, invest in help our member countries to improve the financial sector, as well as investing in education sector. So that's first thing. Second policy area is to help broaden the access to opportunities by operations in education, in health, and in other areas, in social protection also. So actually, social protection is our third area of policy priority. Social protection helps to mitigate risks, as well as protect extreme poverty, reduce extreme poverty. So these are the three areas of how we support the inclusive growth in Asia. Of course, at the same time, we promote good governance. This is also important. Of course, given the size of the population, I think eventually China may, in terms of size, could become the largest economy in the world. But that would take 1 decade or 2 decades, depend on many things, whether the government will effectively can implement the policy reforms, as mentioned. And of course, even when you have become the largest economy, China's per capita GDP, per capita income will still be low. Now I think is about $7,000 US per capita. So compared to European countries, compared to US, a lot lower. So even China became the largest economy in the world, in per capita income term will be still low. China has been one of the most attractive for FDI destinations, and I think it will remain so for many years to come. And of course, the FDI played a very important role in the case of China, but in other countries as well, basically to bring in capital, not just capital, human capital and the technology and management know-how. But of course, since the pattern probably FDI investment, FDI in China probably will change over the last few years. For instance, many years ago, FDI mostly manufacturing. Now, services sectors become more important. That's the one in terms of what kind of FDI. And secondly is the location. In the past, FDI in China mostly focusing on coastal areas, but now more and more interior provinces, central China and interior provinces. So that is something is happening. We see in the last few years. I think these are the initiatives that will be very important in fostering regional development and increasing economic cooperation among countries in the region. And of course, all the countries in developing Asia have benefited a great deal from trade, from cross-country trade and the investment. So I know there are a number of regional trading agreement initiatives that are going on, and certainly will play an important role. And ADB supports that. But of course, we also support open regionalism and regional trade initiative. For instance, we need to become the building blocks of global trade cooperation. That is the direction we support. I think we are optimistic, and we see improvement in many European countries' situation. So our growth projection for Eurozone is 1% this year. So we believe that the Eurozone will come out of recession. But of course, we note that several areas, weaknesses remain and needs to be addressed. For instance, high level of unemployment and high level of public debt, weak credit growth, and also deflationary pressure. So these issues need to be addressed. I think the governments are addressing these issues. And also I want to say there's a great scope for European countries, and especially here, of course, we're talking about Spain, to have a closer economic relationship with developing Asia, with China, with India, with Southeast Asian countries, with other countries. So that I think European countries, Spain, have a lot to offer to developing Asia in terms of technology, in terms of management and know-how, and of course in terms of human capital. So especially the time that developing Asia needs to upgrade the industries and the services to move towards high value production. In the past, to a large extent, many countries rely on low cost advantage. So that is, of course, when you move from low income countries to middle income countries, it's fine. But from middle income countries to high income countries, you have to go beyond low cost advantage to move towards high value production. So that is sort of cooperation with the European countries. Developing Asia will have a lot to gain.